FM's always been a people business, and I think will remain so. But with technology now being so prevalent, it's there to be an enabler to make us more efficient and better at doing our jobs.
I think while there are many trends going to be around how we use technology to increasingly gather data, analyse that data and draw learnings and insight from it. As we start to really use and process that data, we can provide more value to them, more insight, and we can help them set their strategies, whether it's a real estate strategy, whether it's about ultimately looking at employee retention.
The most important area, I think, is where technology can enable managers to deploy scarce resources, deploy people in a more strategic and a smarter way. And I think that's where technology will have the biggest impact in facilities management.
The way we should think about this really is technology will lead to evolution rather than revolution. And really the model that we should be thinking about here is something like, if you look at, let's say, the consumer real estate model. Ultimately, we still deal with an estate agent, but we get a lot more information and insight now online than we ever used to 10 or 15 years ago. Because that kind of evolution is how we see the FM model and market developing rather than revolution.
When the Stoddart Review was published last year, it talked about how productivity in the workplace was very much aligned to how the workplace was laid out in terms of heating, lighting, etc. I very much believe that that is a key contributor to productivity. The question I have is how to actually measure it.
I mean, FM will clearly impact on productivity and can lead to productivity improvements for UK businesses in the same way that some of the other support services like IT, for example, can also impact productivity positively and negatively. The areas that we have to be focused on is ensuring that we're creating the right work environments, that we're helping our clients offer their employees an environment where actually they can be focused on work, they've got the right sort of spaces to engage in, they don't get distracted by failures in facilities or ultimately delays in getting the right services, environments, rooms, desks, etc. that they require. And particularly as organisations move more and more towards an agile working environment, that becomes really important.
I think the focus on well-being at the moment is actually going to continue. I don't think it's a passing fad. I think it's something that will actually be expected to become the norm going forward.
It's important at the moment because it's a new way of measuring well-being and putting a structure around it, but quite quickly it will just become the norm.
Well-being in the workplace has got a lot of focus at the moment. I think that's something that's here to stay, and I think it's something that facilities management can contribute to a lot. We have a younger workforce, we have a lot of millennials coming through, but let's not forget there's also an increasing ageing workforce with people working well past normal retirement age, and with increasing health costs coming through in future, I think well-being in the workplace for people is going to be increasingly important and something we'll need to focus on for a long time.
There's an enormous amount of change happening in the FM industry at the moment. At Mitie, we'd like to think that we're at the forefront of those changes, and that's the key, I think, for the industry, is that we have to anticipate these changes rather than play catch-up when they've actually come into effect.
I mean, FM ultimately just needs to continue to be creative and innovative. Change is always there, it's always with us. We just need as an industry to continue to be innovative, to continue to try different things, and we need the clients ultimately to also have an open mind about trying new services around those areas, and then we'll continue to deliver what our clients need.
I think it's an industry that I see becoming more professional. It's having a more sophisticated approach to how it does its business. The key will be embracing technology, but embracing technology to work with people. I think that'll be the real key that we'll see going forward.